Good evening. It's Saturday, December 31st. My name is Dave Coker, and this is Talking About Finance. And hello there, guys. Another opportunity for us to get together and talk about the markets and also see the mistakes of the idiots, the poor, those who are destined to die in poverty. They want to get rich, but they lack the patience that we all have. They want to get rich, but they refuse to accept sensible returns. They're looking to get wealthy without any of the hard work, the slogging, the investing, the reinvesting, the delayed gratification that we go through. They think there's a magical way, but there isn't. And that is why this world is ours. And it will increasingly be ours because we're not afraid of time. We're not afraid of investing and reinvesting cash flow as it's realized. Because unlike other market participants, we buy cash flow. We don't buy stocks, we buy cash flow. We reinvest that cash flow as it's realized into even more cash flow generating assets. Every month, every quarter, it doesn't matter when, as long as we don't sit on the cash and we reinvest it. Because the assets we own pay us. The assets we own pay for themselves. The assets we own give us other people's money. So we can buy more assets, more cash flow generating assets. And bear markets, my God, they don't exist for people like us. We don't care about prices. Prices are for the losers who fancy themselves to be traders. I wish you could see me now because I'm laughing. I'm laughing at all these idiots who ignore the reality of how to get rich for their fantasy of trading and posting lies, distortions, falsehoods all over social media for likes and claps. Well, likes and claps don't pay the rent. They don't put food on the table. It's absolutely amazing that they try to fantasize ways to get rich. It's absolutely amazing to read their stories and still, most simply will not learn. I know why. The pull, the attraction of getting rich quick is so strong in these people. They remind me of junkies or alcoholics. They're powerless unless they themselves want to change. But enough of that. We're here to talk about finance. And last week, the S&P 500 was down about 45 basis points on the week. Now it's down about 19.44% year to date. And I just noticed an error in my slides. I'm so sorry there, guys. Consumer discretionary and real estate should be colored green. I messed up. What a surprise. The VIX traded up to 21.67 this week. It started at 2087, a gentle rise, nothing to get excited about, but I do have to point out, we've never seen an end to a bear market until we get a blow-off in share prices and the VIX going north of 40. It just doesn't happen. So be careful out there, guys. Buy only stocks that pay you to own them, using money you won't need for years. It's the only way to be sure. The 10-year note closed the week at 3.88%. It's up 0.1% week on week, down about 2.3% year to date. Yields falling. Oil closed the week at 80.41. It's up about 1.1% week on week. Now it's up about 6.9% year to date. So it's New Year's Eve in the UK. Well, it's New Year's Eve everywhere. Fireworks are called for. We're hearing lots of bangs now. The night is young, so it'll only get worse, but that's okay. You know the routine by now. 7 slides for 7 days. What me and my buddies, about 50 or so, investment bankers, ex-investment bankers, money freaks, talk about all week long, 24/7 on a private Telegram channel. I bring what I like to you, and I hope you like it as well. So enough talking. Let's go. Now this is a really interesting one. We talked about this for a while. It's absolutely incredible. I didn't know the numbers were that profound. I knew people were buying and selling more rapidly. They weren't holding as long as they should. And now we've got data that shows that the average holding period is some 6 months in the 2020s compared to the 60s when it was 8 years. My God, guys, when I buy a stock, I intend to hold it forever for one simple reason. I'm getting paid to hold that stock. I ran the numbers make sense. As long as nothing changes, why would I sell that stock? to pick up another stock that might pay more? No, 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 no. You have to build long-term relationships with the shares you own. You have to know them backwards and forwards, inside and out. You're not going to know them in 6 months or even in the 2010s, 1 year, 2000s, 1.3 years. It ain't going to happen. I've got stocks I've owned over 20 years. They still pay me the cash flow. Why on earth would I sell them? Nah, kids these days, my God. But these kids are even dumber. When you bring up these ideas about building wealth slowly, no, 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 no. But they'll hop on an option trade suggested by some idiot on Twitter or other social media platforms. I wrote a story for Medium this week called What Options Trading Gurus Don't Show You, or Don't Tell You, Won't Tell You. They never talk about capital. They never talk about taxes. Instead, all they do is boast about profits. There's one idiot there on Medium that claims he makes $37,700, a really oddly precisely number, trading options every week. Okay? Yeah, I don't think so. My God, why? I don't understand why people lie. Well, I do know what the attraction on Medium is. They get paid. People read the story. They get paid for the views. They get paid for the reads. Yeah, sort of makes sense, but no, they're idiots. And I'm not afraid to call them idiots. I'm really tired of seeing these people distort solely to sell a course, a newsletter, a book on Gumroad. It's really, really amazing. Now, guys, this is another one that we were talking about. And I do read labels. And I unfortunately, sometimes I block an aisle while I'm standing there reading the label. And I've noticed the shrinkflation. I've noticed the deterioration of quality. And I don't buy these products. Prices tend to go up. Oh, I should mention, I think you know I've got a side hustle selling domains. I own the domain shrinkflation.us. Asking price is $10,000. If you contact me and mention talking about finance, contact me. I'll direct you to the Cito account where they're listed, and I'll drop the price for you. I'll do a deal for you. Okay, I'll drop it by 10%. But yeah, but this is really wild. And unfortunately, guys, when you're looking at a deterioration in quality, I don't buy the product. When I'm looking at shrinkflation, I know what the size of the product package I'm buying generally is. And when it goes down, they don't get the sale. I just sort of move on to something else. And there's been an awful lot of news about ChatGPT, an awful lot of bullshit, a lot of rubbish about how it's going to put people out of work, how this AI is so threatening. There's even elected officials in the states are talking about outlawing it. Well, I asked ChatGPT a question. When I was 10, my brother was half my age. Now I'm 66. How old is my brother? And look at this answer. If you are 66 and your brother was half your age when you were 10, then when you were 10, your brother was 10 over 2, 5 years old. Well done. Since you're now 66 years old and your brother was 5 years old when you were 10, this means your brother is now 66 minus 10 plus 5, 71 years old. So your brother is 71 years old. Hey, ChatGPT. Don't quit your day job. And this is not the only one. I've been messing around with that bot, tormenting it a fair amount. And no, it's real. It's believe me, don't believe what you're hearing in the media. Don't believe what you're hearing in the media either about gold. There's a lot of stories about gold. Wall Street Journal did this one a while ago, calling it a pet rock. No, 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 no. If you look up stories about about central banks and gold, they're buying records amount of gold. So it's really wild what we're seeing in the media about gold, about why it's a poor investment, and yet central banks are buying record amounts of gold. Well, guys, I think you know, I moved 71% of my retirement capital into gold in March of 2019. That trade's worked out really well. And here, look at this. This is Mark Cuban. Now, he's a billionaire. I'm not. I admire his position on Bitcoin. I buy Bitcoin every Friday. I've been doing that for years. But it's not a dichotomy, Mark. You can have both. And in fact, I've got gold, as I just shared with you. They're really, really large positions in gold. Large positions in Bitcoin. Building up a big position in Ripple. I've got property. I've got dividend-producing stocks. I've got side hustles. 3, no less, that are viable, producing enough money to pay bills of ours. So it's really not this dichotomy where it's either or. You got to go into Bitcoin, you have to stay away from gold. Buy it all. That's all I got to say about that. Just buy it all, guys. And finally, a lot of people seem to miss the fact that you don't have to buy one Bitcoin. You can buy fractional Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is worth 100 million, or subdivided, I should say, into 100 million Satoshis. You want to put 10 bucks into Bitcoin? You can. $100? You can. $1,000? You can. $10,000? You can. You shouldn't think about Bitcoins. You should think about sats, as we call them. Just try to build up sats. Stack sats. That's all you got to do. Okay, guys, it's been a real pleasure. Hope you had a good time this evening. Have a great evening. Remember what they're saying in the UK, don't get too drunk because the NHS is not going to be there for you tonight. I think they're on strike. Don't sweat 2023. It's going to be an awesome year for all of us. We're going to make buckets of money. Oh, and I almost feel guilty reading about all the people that lost all this money this year. I'm up for the year. Don't hate me. Please don't hate me. I just have a way about making money. I can't explain it. There is a reason why my friends called me the Money King. Take care, guys.